Katie Glenn Daniel joins us now. She's the state policy director at Susan B. Anthony Pro-Life America. Katie, we know abortion is an election issue that may bring a lot of people to the polls. After Roe versus Wade was declared unconstitutional, each state must decide its own abortion law. Where do you see this issue in some key states?
Well, we certainly see this motivating the electorate, and in particular, in those states where abortion is directly on the ballot. There are 10 states where voters will not just vote on who they want to be the president, who they want to be their other elected officials, but also on the issue of abortion. And so this is extremely important that voters understand the stakes, not just for the tens of thousands of babies whose lives are at risk, but also for their moms and for the taxpayers who don't want to fund elective abortions.
During an interview last night on NBC, Harris called abortion a fundamental freedom and opposed making concessions for religious exemptions. What's your reaction to that?
Well, it was shocking to hear. It certainly is in line with her past treatment of this issue. She believes in no limit to abortion, no limit to any point in gestation. She opposes laws that provide women even with information about alternatives. So it's not shocking that this is her position. It is shocking, especially if you're a voter who's a Christian or someone of faith, to hear her say that she would force you or your doctor to participate in abortion, either by paying for it or, in the case of our faithful doctors, to have to perform abortions that end babies' lives.
Republicans are accusing Democrats of using scare tactics to get voters on their side, and they're focusing heavily on debunking these false claims. Is the GOP trying to avoid what happened in 2022 when they underperformed due to this issue? And do you think they'll be successful this time around?
Well, we are seeing many leaders like Ron DeSantis, the governor here in my home state of Florida, really get in the game and communicate directly with voters about the stakes of these initiatives and about what the Democrats want, which is abortion on demand with no limits paid for by the taxpayers. We know from 2022, those candidates that did well were the ones who spoke clearly and with compassion about what they are for, which is saving babies and protecting moms, while those candidates who acted like ostriches and hid their heads in the sand were unsuccessful. So I think we'll see some of the same. The candidates who are speaking out well, the leaders who are speaking out well, we know that voters respond to this. And that's why we encourage every candidate and every voter to really consider this issue and speak to your community, your friends and family about it.
So, Katie, what's your organization, Susan B. Anthony Pro-Life America, doing to win the messaging war on abortion?
Well, we are directly on the ground. We will touch 4 million voters at the door, as well as reaching millions of voters through digital ads and television ads in the next couple of weeks. We want to hear what the voters think. We want to make sure that they know what Democrats think about this issue. So that's going to be our main focus, is just getting to the millions of persuadable voters, some of whom don't always turn out, and make sure every pro-lifer in America is turning out to vote and that they are voting their values.
Katie Glenn Daniel, thanks for being here. We appreciate your insight.
Thank you.